Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Tuesday. Tuesday's request day, and often on a Tuesday I go to the bottom of the request list, pick the one that's been waiting the longest and get it off of the list. And today is one of those days. Now the creator has a wonderful name. I've been looking at it for the last few months. I can't wait to say it. Palladino Aesthetica. Palladino Aesthetica. What a great name. Palladino Aesthetica. Unfortunately, they've changed their name since uploading the map. Meaning that their new wonderful name is even more wonderful than Palladino Aesthetica. Be prepared to compare and contrast once we get to that part. Now, this does happen to be... that's right. So, if you're a fan of first times and you've never yet hit the like button, today's a good day to start. That's right, hitting the like button really does get me noticed. It helps me grow a little bit more every single day, and I thank you for your ongoing support, lovely people. Right, today's map is New Manchester by J. Gregory 7811. I mean, J. Gregory's a perfectly fine name, a strong name, one would say. But 7811, it loses the magic of Palladino Aesthetica. There's your start square, by the way, and that's fine. I like that. The resources are bold and true. I don't have an issue with those at all. Lots of ore going on there, lots of mining to be done on this map. The workshop, it's 100% vanilla. 100%. We'll be using the Vanilla Boreal theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT just because. Right, we have two highways entering the map. They're separated by a gulf of water, and we've got some soggy trees as well. Now, the high point of this map, I would say, is the terraforming. There's still some grumbles about terraforming. Lots of trees going for paddles. Yeah, there's still some grumbles about terraforming, but I think you have to look at this map as a newbie who's had a lot of fun with the terraforming and done a reasonable job in places as well, but less so with the networking. The networking does leave a lot to the imagination, like this hill here. Now imagine you are driving a tanker full of diesel and you're having to climb all the way to the top of here. I would argue that this isn't so much a fantasy map, this is more a realism map, more or less. It doesn't have any fantasy real feel to it, and therefore a more realistic route would be in order. Down the other side, this is where your brakes are tested. My god, they would be tested. Yes, but the highways are coming together now. Hello, highway. Oh, we've got a jinky janky going on there. Haven't seen a jinky janky for a while. Lovely. And yeah, now they come together, and coming together just in time for an intersection. Now, it's not the start square intersection, but it is a start location, so we can have a little look at that. It's an elevated wishbone, which is brave. Well done for being brave. And then we drop down to ground level on a hill, which is a scary place to be building your first town. This tree's going to feel the squeeze as it grows, if they grew, of course. Can I get back up through that hole? I was so pleased with getting down it in one shot. No, I'm glitching through the highway. Call that a fail. The next bit of highway reminds me of some of those highways in China that are built 3 miles up in the sky. It's scary and believable, but I feel it's not really necessary for this particular map. The highways have drifted apart to such an extent that by the start square intersection, you actually need a highway to get from one highway to the other highway. And then we've got the heights. The height differentials are fine. That's not too bad, and the slopes aren't too steep either. And this is the start square, so it's time for an asset review. Now, somewhere down here is the Thomas Shaven Clinic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Based on a little clinic in Finland, which of course is where the roots of this lovely game come from. It's by Ion Wind, which makes me think of nice sunny days. The old solar wind, of course. And factoids, because factoids. A little short one today. The Princess of Wales, or as she was then, Lady Diana Spencer, failed all 5 of her O-levels twice in the same year, 1977. So yes, she would have been held back from high school a bit longer if possible, I imagine. Thomas Shaven Clinic by Ion Wind, today's asset of the day. They found she could marry a rich man. But that doesn't happen, does it? No, very few people get to marry a rich man. And yeah. Anyway, where were we? We're following the highway a bit further, going up into the hills. Now it's really uppy down here. I'm not buying into this. This ridge down here reminds me of one of the routes down Mount Chiliad in Grand Theft Auto, if you enjoy a little bit of that. And now the roads just basically have gone to shot. They really have. We have got suspension bridges, we've got uppy downies, and if you could say that the start of this highway network was poor, it's really gone downhill. Here we've got a real bump going on there. So I think more time was spent at the start. You thought that was bad. This is, I'm afraid, this is worse. This is much worse. Right, okay. Now there is something down by the way out, because we only followed the way in, and only because a lot of you like this. I don't understand why. Don't understand why. But up here, just off of the highway, is everybody's favourite factory. It's becoming the popular meme, that, and I don't know why. The rail is going to be a nightmare. I can tell you right now. It's going to be a nightmare. Even before we hit land, we're up and down all over the place. And if we could find a flat route, this would be a lovely rail route. It really would. But we are climbing up the hills like they just didn't matter. But they really don't matter. Come on, it is just a game. And there's no physics with the trains. They go up the side of a mountain on the vertical if you ask them to. They won't fall off. They have super glue for wheels. It's a marvellous thing. Where were we? Then we got a little ramp getting up across that, and then across the top here, and bumps back down. And yeah, I think you've got the gist. Which means as we reach the fog, it's time for that intermission and chance for Zach to entertain.
Are you worried that you aren't using all the best mods? And which ones best suit your needs anyway? Then you need the community voted top 10 mods of 2019. Click the information button now.
And so back, let's have a look at the shipping routes, shall we? Shall we have a look at the shipping? We've seen there are some bridges. Are they high enough? I'm guessing no. Down here, either side of that upright is fine. Still too low, I think. And this one here, probably the angle isn't good, and the height might be a bit touch and go as well. Let's have a little look. It's the freighter, the container ship. No, these just aren't high enough. They aren't going to cut it. That one's definitely not going to cut it, is it? No, I'm afraid. No, the cruiser, well, that would just go smashing through both of them. But anyways, if you're playing this map, you probably won't care too much about that. Let's follow and have a look, see where the shipping route goes. It goes all the way around, and around and around and around, around the headland. It gets a bit close to the headland down about here, but it's fine, I think. Wouldn't be too happy if I was the captain of the ship, but into games terms, it's fine. Water flow. We have got a river. It's a weird river. The river has a water source. It's going back the other way. So the water source is at that narrow point there. That's where all the water's coming from in two directions at once. Okay, let's go this way because this is the way of the start square, past the lake. and then it just gets interesting and fun, and it goes out down there. Okay, now terraforming. I said this was the high point. Look at this mountain. This mountain is pretty cool. Okay, this mountain is pretty damned cool, and credit where it's due. I'm not so sold on that lake as the water source with the amount of water that's coming off of it. Maybe a smaller amount would be better, but I could settle for, I could happily have a lake there, you know. We've got lots of these little islands dotted around, making the whole map look like interesting. The aesthetics, I mean, they are interesting. Okay, let's check out this island. Yeah, let's not check out that island. Oh, sorry. Ah, it's the essential lighthouse. Okay, got that out of the way. Yeah. Just was let down on that one. Now down here we got this little tree on this island, all on his own, and a few of the coloured trees over here as well, which is like we're playing with vanilla stuff here. We got another set of mountain ranges and all these ridges again. Once again, it's quite a decent effort. But if we look down from above, we'll come back and look down from above in a second, because I've just noticed this bay with lots of drowned trees again, and the river pouring off of there. Is there anything else to notice off that way? We've had a look at that mountain range over there. I think, yeah, that's the one. Let's go back to this one here. Yeah, look down from above over here. You can see the circle brushes being used liberally to help create these mountains. Not so obvious once you get down to this level, although now you know what you're looking for, you can see that the circular brush has been used liberally. But I still think overall it's not a bad effort for a mountain. Okay, your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the best 10 maps of the month? Well, let me know. There's only one way to find out. Just stick your vote in there and I'll compile them later on. I think here's a good spot. Okay, aesthetically, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, it's a low 3. I think it's a bit more than a 2, but only just. It's a low 3, okay. Detailing, okay, just to prove a point here, right? Look back last week, we had a 1-star detailing map, and it was worse than this. This does deserve 2 stars for detail. Those of you that missed the show last week, you do need to go back and check just to compare, contrast and compare. This is 2 stars for detailing. Gameplay potential, it is playable. I think you need to rip out the entire highway network and start again though. And because of that, it's playable, but it's too much work to do. I'm going to give it 2 stars for gameplay. So there we are. New Manchester by J. Gregory 7811. Paladino Estetica. What a great name he had. Or she. Could be a she. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. There's not enough clues there. Gregory is a surname after all. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tonight for the final in the current mini-season of City Edition, where we have one last look at Miesmoth's Long Apple. I'm sure I've got that wrong. I haven't said it for a month. And an old map on the screen now if you want to catch up on an old map and have another little vote as well. And I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. Thanks for watching.